speaker is going to be Dr. or Professor Moiz Bakhiet. He is going to tell us about personalized medicine in the future, sustainable knowledge for human well-being. So welcome, Professor Moiz.
First, I would like to thank the organizer for putting me a sandwich between two public health. and, and that is because of two things. The major one is that personalized medicine, when it was evolving a few years ago, it was the enemy of the public health. And now I have an evidence that personalized medicine needs public health to survive. So this is good sandwich. But I thank the organizer for inviting me, Professor Alam, and the Diaspora people. I tell you just simply about personalized medicine. You see, I have my keys. In the key, I have my stick, the USB. And most of the people, they always have USB with them. And everyone has a mobile phone. I'm sure no one here has no mobile phone. In very few years, everyone will carry his genome either on his stick or on his mobile phone before seeing a doctor. That is the future of medicine, which is coming. And now everyone is talking about genome, about prevention, about diagnosis, about treatment. And I will tell you, this is a new medicine. And remember, you have heard about it here in Diaspora. And I hope we will be able to adopt it because it's very, very sustainable and cost effective after we build the infrastructure about it. Actually, this has come, I don't see anything here and I don't see anything there. So I will speak just from my mind. If something wrong I say, and written here, take my word. After the human genome era, after sequencing the whole genome of the human being in 2001, there was a lot of advances in the genomics. The genomics means whole genome, while the gene means a part of the genome which encode special function or special identity or a protein or etc. And also proteomics, that is the proteins which are encoded by the genes. A lot of development has been evolved, and this became basis for clinical diagnosis, clinical management, and prevention. And the target of the personalized medicine is to treat people individually, because depending on their unique genetic setup, their environmental where we meet with the public health, and the community they live on, this will affect a lot of diseases, evolving diseases. I always give example by multiple sclerosis, if you know تصلب المتعدد. When I was in Sweden for 20 years, I used to see 2-3 patients daily. When I went to the Gulf area, they didn't know what it is. Now, we in just a small Bahrain, we see new cases, 5-6 cases a week. So the prevalence become much higher than North Europe and North America. And this is also happening in Sudan and Sub-Sahara regions. Okay, so because of these changes in the environment affecting the immune system, affecting diseases, the cancers, the other immunologic, neurologic disorders, and based on this genetic setup, people try to tailor the treatment, taking all these variations. And the personalized medicine at the end will help in elimination of redundant of treatment. If you go to a doctor, he will give you a treatment. There are many different treatments. It may work. If it didn't work, he will give you another pills. If it doesn't work, he will give you a cert. It may cause you a side effect, and always you are worried about the side effects. So personalized medicine is also aiming to avoid side effects, and then it helps in prediction and prevention of diseases, and also it gives an early diagnosis, helping in early intervention and reduction of health cost. And after this genome, a new subject came. It's called pharmacogenomics. Pharmacogenomics is the interaction between the drug and the genome. You know, the drug will work on your body either via receptor or be taken through the cell membrane to the cell. And inside the cell, there are several signaling pathways. This is called the second messenger system, or downstream transcription factors. Molecules enter to the nucleus of the cell, bind to the promoter parts of the genes, and then turn on the gene doing functions. Okay, so this drug, if there is any abnormality in this pathway, I mean by abnormality like a mutation in the genes encoding one of these signaling pathways, or if there is a polymorphism, which is a common mutation, then the drug will not work. Okay, if the drug may not work, it may cause side effects because of that mutation. So the idea is that of the pharmacogenomics is you look for abnormalities on the signaling pathways used by this drug, and if a patient has a mutation or polymorphism or changes in the sequence of the gene related to this drug, you don't give it. And this will be computerized. Now, when we prescribe a medicine in the clinic, immediately if I write Plavix for thinning the blood antiplatelets, then immediately it will tell me the system, this drug will interact with that drug. So this interaction, either red or green or yellow. So you don't give it, or you take the risk. Now this will be with the genome. And if the mutation is there, then you don't give the drug because it may not work or it may cause side effects. Okay? And in this way, by the way, personalized medicine has become a practice in hospitals. So even in UK, when they have the 1,000 genome project, in Australia, in Canada, in the United States, they started the genome projects and the personalized medicine. And several new medications specifically for cancer. Now, 50% of cancers are treatable by drugs acting on certain signaling pathways. And FDA in the United States approved in the last year more than new drugs that 100% cured cancers. Yes, they are expensive because they are molecularly engineered, they are recombinant or developed in a specific way, not like chemicals, but they are targeting the gene mutations. Even now, if you do genetic test, you will tell me, okay, if you find I have this mutation, you will not help me with anything. No. In the last 2 months, 2 drugs were discovered for muscular disorders due to genetic mutation, for muscle dystrophy. Certain mutation can be treated by a drug which make correction on the gene or the RNA after the transcription of the gene. Or the new CRISPR technology for gene editing. You know, gene is letters. Now you can edit the letters by computer to correct it. A, T, G, C. You can correct it in a special technology using certain viruses, and you correct the gene in the patient. So you can treat genetic diseases, not like before. These are a lot of development happened in the area of the genomic medicine, which is the personalized medicine. So personalized medicine defined by different organizations, but the best one in my mind, is the definition of the European Union, where they say providing the right treatment to the right patient at the right dose at the right time. Okay, so that means you tailor the treatment, you give the patient the right medication. Okay, an example of that, for example, you don't see this, but now this is a company using genomic medicine in Spain, in Madrid. I use this company in patients with epilepsy. There are more than 50, 60 tablets for epilepsy. Which one you start? And sometimes you need to combine. Now, this company studied the pathways for these drugs. If you give one drug, like in that one, you give it to a population, hello? Okay. This
Can you prescribe lifestyle interventions?
So one will get benefit, two may not, three may get side effects, okay? But the way here, there are different drugs. Each one you give them the drug which will suit his genetic and genomic setup, okay? So to help that, you need education. We have to educate the doctors about personalized medicine. We have to educate the community. We have to educate the medical students and tell them what is personalized medicine, because this will be the practice. So we started by a program, a master in personalized medicine at the Arabian Gulf University in Bahrain. This is our mission. You cannot read it, but here time is over, so I will not read it. And then we started as infrastructure to have the Bahrain Genome Project to sequence the whole. One day, the Crown Prince came to our center, just without telling us. And the security came to me, oh, the Crown Prince here. We went out, he said, I want to sequence the whole genome of Bahrain. And I said, this is great, because then you will have the infrastructure, you will treat your people, you will cut the cost. And then we invited all leaders of the genome projects in the world to the Bahrain Genome project. And now it is with the council, the Higher Council of Health, which is higher than Ministry of Health, to give the final recommendation to start sequencing the Bahrain. I will tell you just a joke. Give me a few seconds, because he will sequence the whole Bahrain. In this joke, I mentioned to some friends in the morning that the king of Bahrain went to China in an official visit, and the Chinese president made big dinner for him, and they were chatting. He asked him, what is the number, not population, of the people of Bahrain? And then the king of Bahrain said, oh, it's like 750,000. Then the president said, oh, why you didn't bring them with you to the dinner? So it was easy to sequence. So my conclusion that the era of personalized medicine has clearly arrived, and that the personalized medicine is the future sustainable knowledge for human well-being. Thank you.